Okay, so this is Linda's film on menstruation. Now I should mention that the beginning part is the audio's kind of jacked up, so we'll just have to live with it.
I was sort of horrified. I didn't really, understand what was happening.
I was horrified.
Oh my god, if I didn't know what a period was and I got one, I would be terrified too. Are you kidding me?
Menstruation.
Isn't it funny that it's for women, but men is the first part?
That's true. Should it be called the womenstruation?
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me.
My name is Judy Marston.
Like a women's administration.
The girl. Oh, she's got some glamour shots.
Even though I may look like Miss Universe, up until
How about no
today,
whistling
I
at
had
the
one big
15-year-old
problem.
girl?
Even though I might look like
I
Miss
repeat,
Universe.
I had
Okay.
one big problem.
Yeah, you sure do, yeah.
I
Humble.
was 15 years old and had never gotten my period.
Oh, I'm glad she didn't
Even
say
though
I'd
my
never
mother
gotten
had
laid,
told me
because that
that
would have
women
been
get
really
their periods between the ages of 8 and
inappropriate.
17, I was still unhappy that I hadn't gotten mine.
So this guy here, this actor here, he went on to become a more famous actor than a guy in a menstruation video. He's actually on Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. He's this kind of bald guy with a goatee.
So what?
Oh, what? It's only the first time I've ever gotten
Jonathan
it.
Banks. So anybody who's a fan of those shows will probably recognize the name, although you may not recognize it here because this is about 40 years ago.
Blood is flowing out of my uterus!
Oh no!
That's what I would say.
Yeah.
That's how I describe my period.
By the way, do you have a mop? Oh, who's this guy? Look at this.
What Judy has just
Is that his real
told
name?
Johnny is the type of oversimplification
Wow, he looks like a porn star.
Yeah, he probably is.
misunderstood.
Is this that kind of video, Rory?
Boy, I hope not. That'd be really...
That's a really weird
Well, it's
kink.
true that women
I mean, like, I'm
have
not here to
menstrual
shame you if
periods.
that's what you're into.
And yes,
No.
there is an outflow of
Not
blood from the
particularly.
uterus. But what does this mean?
Blood
And
oaths.
why does it
Is
happen?
it one of those gusher videos? I don't know what that
Let's
is,
take a
but...
closer look as Judy and Johnny learn more about what menstruation means.
I wonder what that guy's drinking.
A closer look. So creepy.
What?
So, I'm a little confused. Didn't she say that there was blood flowing out of her uterus?
Yeah,
So-
but she's got
okay.
stuff to do.
I was gonna say, like, when are you gonna go to the bathroom?
Well, she's a busy girl. Uh-oh. The missing wastebasket. Oh, no.
Oh, what is she gonna do?
I just have to go in the tub, I guess.
If she's using pads, she can't flush it down the toilet.
Yeah.
He already has.
Yep. He probably took the waste paper basket to fuck with her. He probably moved it. Just throw it on the floor, it's fine.
So she does use pads.
Imagine if you found a bloody pad on the floor. Oh my god.
Maybe there's a good movie on.
Yeah, maybe.
We can watch The Red Tide.
Oh, is she just not gonna...
It's cool. Her seat's all moist and stuff.
Yeah, you know, she can just hold it in.
Yeah.
That's how it works, right?
Yeah.
You can just...
What if she had like
Spill it
red?
to
What if she had like red splotches on her butt at this point? That'd be hilarious. Oh look, there's a movie about menstruation.
You know how sometimes you call me Franny? And my
Uh,
real name
Trippy.
is
What is
Nancy?
that thing supposed to be on the?
Well,
Is that
sometimes I call
Wolverine
you
on the right?
Eggshell, and his real name is Ovum. That's because the eggshell
He's
comes
so
from an
happy.
ovary.
I was gonna say, it looks like those dolls. You remember those dolls that had like super long, tall hair? They're like trolls.
Oh, like trolls.
Egg
Yeah,
comes out of the
yeah, yeah.
ovaries, and it's
Yeah.
not
Maybe it's a
tested.
troll.
And
It's a non-copyright violating troll.
What are you trying
Let's
to
learn.
confuse me or something?
Trolls existed in
Now,
'74. I'll have to
Lola,
look it up.
at me. See my head? See
Maybe.
my body? They're connected.
Yeah.
See
to
how
my neck.
blocky I am?
See the ovaries?
They are connected to your neck.
See the
Oh.
uterus?
Yeah.
Your uterus is connected to your neck. I know.
Fallopian tube
It's
is
basic
just
knowledge.
another
That'd be really
passageway in the
inconvenient.
body.
I get it. Fallopian tube is just another passageway in the body.
Yep, that's it.
Right, except there are two of them.
Oh
One for
shit.
each ovary.
Right.
Now,
Uh-oh.
next month,
It's like you can
uterine
have
gland
fraternal
notifies
twins.
the
Graphic.
cell to mature, break out of one of the ovaries, and travel through the fallopian tube.
And also, you can walk through your uterus, by the
If the
way.
egg cell gets to the uterus
Yeah,
without
this is
being
great.
fertilized,
You can just
the
watch how
lining
the
of blood
skinning
tissue
happens.
there
Yeah.
that would house this growing egg cell is not needed. So the egg and
Not
the lining
needed, just like your little
disintegrate,
sister.
flow out of the body through the vagina.
Oof.
That's called menstruation.
Yay. Yeah.
I don't know.
This is way better than the education I got at my school.
Yeah, this is pretty liberal, Anna.
Joanne Johnson was
Yeah, this is way better.
City. Today's topic,
I feel like this movie was probably made as like a doctoral thesis or some kind of master's program, like film, a student film. I don't know, maybe not.
Yet personal subject.
Yeah. Very much
I
aware
could
of
see
what
something
we're
like
getting.
that. It looks pretty well done, though.
By
Yeah.
physical symptoms, like what? Bloating.
My head exploding, you know, that kind of stuff.
Rather tense.
Passing out.
Like this guy.
Bellyache. The night before I got super hungry and
Compulsively climbed out the window.
Be kind of messy, I imagine.
Yeah, that guy's not 16.
I was also very underdeveloped, small.
I was small. What does she mean by that?
I got my period
I think she just meant that she, like, hadn't gone through puberty yet,
Alright.
so she was still, yeah.
Because small has a lot of implications.
It was just like another thing to cope with. But I generally have
Just deal with it,
cramps, and I
bitch.
had terrible cramps. I found that if I did exercises, that this would kind of ease the
Like the
cramps.
Kegel exercises?
Yeah, exercises do work, actually. They do make it better. Not good
I
enough.
don't know about this, but sure.
Honestly. Yeah, that's a great shot. Not from the side. Let's not shoot her from the side.
Well, you can actually see what she's doing, yeah.
Tampons at once, when one napkin wouldn't be effective at all.
Napkin? Oh.
Well, you
Yeah,
put
napkins are not
in
gonna
side
work.
by side, and if you put one
What
in
if it was
each
one of those
side,
fancy
sure.
napkins, like the linen ones, that with the little napkin ring on it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, that's fair.
Okay, alright.
I'm thinking like a kitchenette napkin.
Yes.
When I was younger,
I feel like that may not work very
you could
well.
only use a tampon if you weren't a virgin. But I think most mothers had that idea because tampons
Whoa.
Well, they are getting pretty...
You had to, like, you can't use a tampon
Whoa.
if you're a virgin?
There's pictures of people touching themselves. Okay.
Is that what she said?
when you first started, it's much easier to put one in when you're
I
sitting
will say,
down.
like, when I
Jesus.
first had to do
Whoa,
this,
what?
it was terrifying.
The vagina is located in the middle.
There's some pretty graphic pictures in this.
So what you have to do
Yeah.
Don't put it down in the,
I mean, like-
the bottom one. That's not where it goes.
Listen, it needs to be, because how are you going to figure out how to do it, Ori? It's not easy.
Don't put it in the anus. That I know.
The first segment of the
That's not going to help anything.
Hold on to me.
Because I'm having
Let's
my
talk about your
doesn't mean I
period some
stop
more.
doing everything.
I brought red wine and Kool-Aid and...
Good, she can just say it was red wine
You
that
think
spilled.
your period could have caused the rain?
Right, sure.
Witches!
Number one.
This guy was dropped on his head many times as a child.
Number one.
Yeah,
What is
my
your
period
name,
caused the
please?
rain.
My name is Leslie J. Beard.
Okay.
My name is Leslie J. Beard.
Sure. Why not?
My name is Leslie J. Beard.
Panel,
They're all
would you
gonna
follow
fight to the
along with me,
death.
Please, as I read the affidavit you have
Yep, it's like the
before
Josh
you.
fight,
Yeah.
I, Leslie
but
Jansen
smaller.
Beard,
Tell the
famous
truth.
socioanthropologist, have been studying the origins and customs of menstrual taboos the
Uh-oh,
world
this is getting pretty
over for the
weird.
past 15 years. It was on my renowned trip to the Australian bush country
Oh,
last
probably this guy.
that I discovered the connection between an ancient menstrual fear and the fear we have today of walking under
Fear
a
of
ladder.
mushrooms.
A
Signed,
menstrual
Leslie
fear.
Jansen Beard.
Hmm.
I'm intrigued.
Alright,
this is the
panel.
most
We'll begin
interesting,
our
like,
questioning
video
with
I've
John
ever seen
Stanton.
about menstruation,
John?
actually.
This is pretty weird.
Number one. Is it true that meat spoils in the presence of a menstruating woman?
Yes.
Number two.
She
Meat
said,
spoils
well, she said it's
Wine
true.
spoils.
Yeah, but
Number
meat's
one.
gonna spoil regardless
Where
of
does it
if a woman
firm
is there or not. So yeah, if she's there, it's still gonna spoil.
Yeah, well, she walks in the room and
I
it
think
spoils,
it's an
though.
old Anglo-Saxon term.
Let's move on to
I
Eileen
like
Farnell.
Thank you, Bob.
Sound effects.
Yeah, we just
How
suck out the
menstruating
life
women
out of
treated
other
as a
things,
general
like the
rule.
energy out of the
Most
meat, so that we can create.
They were isolated.
It's like a
blood.
meat
and made
vampire.
to live in menstrual huts
Right.
on the outskirts
I can
of
see
the
that.
settlement.
I'm qualified now
Rude.
to do a report on menstruation.
It happens to everybody, except men.
I
I
don't
would
think he's
dig it,
qualified to
actually.
do much, but...
It's not a
It
great
happens to
deal.
everybody
You can't
except
do
men.
nothing.
Right.
I like that.
Right.
I think what caused the change in attitude is sort of a lot of.
Let's
what you
just
might
stop
call
the
women's
bullshit.
lib- Although I'm not one of the.
Hello?
I'm not a member and I'm not militant about it, but the
Uh-huh.
whole attitude toward it has changed.
Ooh,
I used
fancy.
to
Wait,
use
a
it
member
as
of
an
what?
excuse
Oh,
until
the
I realized
NRA.
It wasn't a valid excuse,
Oh.
and that there was no
I don't
reason
know.
for it to bother
She didn't
me.
say.
It's like you
And
have to
I
be a
stopped doing
member.
all the
You have to
things
be a
like
member
going
to
swimming and
menstruate.
bowling
Is that
like
how
The
it works?
Menstruation Society.
Took a bath, even had
For membership,
intercourse, and it
doesn't get
nothing
paid.
bad
What
happened,
happens?
and so
You
as
get
a result
revoked.
of trying all these things.
You're not allowed to
becoming
menstruate
more
anymore, I guess.
Free in my own attitude towards it.
That sounds
now
great.
It doesn't bother me at all.
This is Johnny
Revoke it.
Stanton from
All right, so this is screen snapshots.
tells all about
So,
Hollywood.
Columbia Pictures funded these things for like decades. Apparently, it started in 1920 and they
who wish to
finished
see
making
the
them
inside
in
of a
the late
motion picture
50s. So,
studio. You know, it's almost impossible.
I like how they
to
taped the
crash a
pictures to the
studio
wall
gate
behind
these
him.
days, so I am going to bring the
this
studio
is totally my
direct
office.
to you
It's not like a
and
made up for
show
the
you
movie.
how movies are made. This is presented in collaboration with
This is how messy my desk is. Guy, I would kill myself.
We couldn't afford.
Stories are
We couldn't
taken
afford
from
picture
books
frames.
or
Yeah, they just like
originals submitted
grabbed
by
the
staff
whole
writers.
entire
Nearly every
box
new
of
novel and
papers
current
and dumped it on the
magazine
desk,
is
and they're
combed by
like,
a
"This
core
makes him look like an
competent
intellectual."
Yes,
in
he's
search of
super busy.
material suitable for the screen. Some novels are ideal subjects, but
And
even
some
they
flat
must
out
be put
suck.
into film play form. Men must be able to build anything called for in the script.
So they would have to build
It may
these
be a
giant
French
sets
village
for like
or a
one
street
scene.
in Shanghai.
They used
Now
to
we
spend
will
a
keep
lot
it
of
on
money
one of the
making
big
movies. I
stages
mean, nowadays
where
it's
workmen are
even though
ready
you
to
hear
complete
these
the set.
stories about how high the
Lasers
budgets
are
are, it's
fitting in
nothing
real
like
glass.
in terms of the
Painters touch
scale
up scenery here
compared to
and
back
there.
then. They used to spend a
Now
lot of
for a
money on
little
movies.
magic. We go from indoors to
Really? So, like,
outdoors without going
comparably,
through a door.
if you take into
An army of
consideration like the
carpenters
worth
swarm
of a
about.
dollar, it
The
was
script
more
calls
expensive
for
back
rain.
then.
Yeah,
So
and
here's
most
how we
movies
get
lost
it.
money back then.
In sunny California, the
Oh,
weatherman
damn, that sucks.
cannot
Why would
be
you do it
dry.
then?
Because you'd have a
When
few
we
that
need
would make
weather,
money and it would
we
be
must
worth it.
have weather
But
or no.
I don't know that
The
studios
sound
were
department fires
necessarily
up for a
all about
test.
the profit motive back
This
then. I
is
mean,
the
they wanted to make money, of
amplifying
course,
room
but
where
I
the
don't think
sound
that
is
was their
amplified
only thing that they
millions
thought
of
about.
times.
So
So you can see how necessary it is
Whoa.
that everything
What is
must
that
be in
like?
perfect condition.
Holy
Thousands of
cow!
connections,
They're
meters,
actually
and
making
tubes are
art
checked
for just the
under
purpose of
watchful
making
eyes
art.
of
Yeah.
highly trained men.
Such a different time.
Light
Yeah.
valves are checked through a microscope.
I love that.
But you know,
These valves
so
control
you would
the
have
flow of
movies that
light,
would
which,
inexplicably
when
do
photographed
well,
on
and so they
film,
would just make anything they
records the
thought would
sound.
maybe
An
do well, and
invisible
then
speck
one
of
of them
dirt
would hit out of
ruin the
3, and you're
recording.
good. So
This is a sound
Gotcha.
recording machine. The sound is photographed the same as the picture and on the same kind of film. Each
Photographed.
variation of
Well,
sound causes a
yeah,
different
that sounds kinda
vibration
weird.
of the light valve, and the amount of light escaping through the valve
This
is
is
then
so
photographed.
cool.
After the film
Oh my
has been
God.
processed,
But wait till you
it
see, like,
again
modern
passes
stuff.
in front of a light, and the vibrations picked up and amplified.
No, I mean, like,
and
it's so
then
cool
we
that they
get the
made this
same
video
sound
to,
that
like,
was originally
it's so
recorded
educational.
yeah, they
through the
made a lot of
microphone.
these though. They made I don't know how many
The
they made,
casting
but they
office
did
is
them
one
over a
of the
long period
most
of time.
interesting departments in the studio. News gets around quickly when a picture is to be made that will
And I think
require
3 of these
many
shorts were
different
nominated
types.
for
And
Oscars,
the
so that's kind of
outside
cool.
waiting
Not
room
this one. But
often looks like a League of Nations. A casting
Were
director
they-
on
what
20 minutes
is
notice
happening?
may be called upon to
Oh,
furnish
no.
a Congo cannibal or an Indian chief.
Uh,
They come here
just
from
pretend
the
we
four
didn't see
corners
that.
of the earth, each one sure that nature has given him something to sell.
yeah,
It's here that high hopes
I'm
and
selling my
bitter
heritage. Oh,
disappointments
there's also
may
a
go
little
daily.
person.
Oh my gosh.
Believe it
dear.
or not, the casting director would rather say,
Yeah, we
yes
need a white
than no.
woman.
But he has certain types to select. Many are called.
What if
but
these were all in the
few
same
are
movie?
chosen. And after that has been
Weren't
done,
movies back
someone
then
has
mainly
to go
white
away
people?
disappointed.
Yeah.
And, like,
It's all in
Well,
the
you'd have
game.
these
They
background
are used
characters
to
that
it.
were these,
And
you know,
the
like these
show
folks.
goes on. We find the makeup
Although, I
man
mean,
ready
typical
to work
that they're
on
like,
Mills'
we were
act.
so diverse when they
No,
were
they didn't
not.
care about that.
Actor is eyes
No, like
for
the guy in the
in
grass skirt
every
would have been a
way
background
for
character. He
facial
wouldn't have been like
appearance.
a
That
the
is
main
where the
actor.
makeup man comes in. He can look at an actor's face and immediately
throw
know
up.
what to do in order to create an entirely different character. He can change a face
Looks great.
so that its
What's
own
happening?
mother
Looks
wouldn't
great.
know it.
Let's.
It looks
With
the
the
exact
addition of a
same, but a
costume,
different
the
color.
makeup man
That's it.
transforms
Is that
Mr.
blackface?
Astor into a Chinese Mandarin.
Oh, okay.
No!
Another change
Oh
of costume,
God!
And we have a
Oh.
Chinese general.
Oh, we
Maybe
can't
a top
actually hire an
sergeant.
Asian person, so this is the
The
best we can
wardrobe
do.
department. From the negative photographed
Can you
in the
believe that they
camera
actually were just
onto
like, hey,
another
it's so
film
much
known
better
as
to just
positive.
grab white people and make
This
them Asian
operation
than to hire Asian
necessitates
people?
well-trained operators to ensure
Yeah, I'm thinking that's
uniformity
probably
of
what the movie is they're
density
talking
in the
about, because
various
I'm looking
scenes
at his
that
list of
constitute a
movies,
finished
and
reel.
there isn't anything else in here I don't
After going
think
through
that
its
would
course
be.
of development, the positive film is now
don't
coming
know,
out
we'll
of the
see.
drying chambers, ready for the film
The
editor.
cryo chamber.
And here he is. The editor of a picture
There he
known in
is,
the
the
studio
big
as
man,
a
the
cutter.
big man on
Every
campus.
scene is photographed from several different angles.
They had to sit here and
job
look
to
at
select the best
each
scenes
frame like
and
that. Oh
assemble
my
them in a
god.
perfect continuity.
Yep, and like cut it
This machine
apart.
is known as the
And
moviola, and serves as a
It's like an
miniature
aerial,
screen,
but it's for movies.
which enables the cutter to match the action of one scene to another. The projection room. This is a theater in the studio and is equipped with every appliance.
Imagine
much
what they
the
do in
same as
there.
the theater in which you are now sitting. The film, after going through
The
what
film
you have
is
seen,
complete garbage.
is projected to the screen, and we now see the finished
Looks
product.
great. Perfect. Oh.
I've never heard anything so cold-blooded in all my life.
It doesn't even take up the whole screen.
But isn't it better to shoot them quickly than let them starve to death
Oh
slowly?
boy, he's doing an accent.
It's that.
Don't go, please.
Yeah, I think this is the bitter tea of General Yin because Barbara
And
Stanwyck
that,
stars in
ladies
that,
and
and I think that
gentlemen,
was her.
is the answer to all these letters.
There we go.
If there's anything else you'd like to know about Hollywood, just write the Screen Snapshots Hollywood Reporter, Hollywood, California.
You should write them on and
Goodbye.
ask about why they didn't hire Asian people.